Hello, Virgo friends. This is Vistalia Tarot and Astrology, and these are your oracle transmissions for the month of February. So, first, I'm going to pull an overall card for you, a theme for February card from the Thoth Tarot. So, I've got the Ten of Wands, the final card of the Wands suit, oppression. So, perhaps some projects or creative endeavors that you are planning or have been trying to manifest are going to be somehow stalled. Things won't perhaps be going as planned. There can also just be a general, it's a Saturn Sagittarius card. So these are, the enthusiasm and broad mindedness of Sagittarius coming up against Saturn's love of restrictions and boundaries. But there could be a healthy element to this where perhaps there's a kind of necessary restricting of this overabundant create of this overabundant fiery energy. So there can be a kind of healthy caging of that, but it's definitely not an easy card. It can be a card of overwhelm, being overwhelmed with burdens, feeling restricted and frustrated somehow. So the next card I'm going to pull is from the Archetypes deck, and it's a message from your higher self for February. I got the Seed. So, in combination with your other card, the Ten of Wands, seems to be reminding you that whatever you're trying to push forward this month that might not be working out, perhaps it is still in its seed stage, in its fetal or infancy stage, or even before that. The potential for a seed to germinate. And perhaps you've been rushing things. And it's good to remember that there's still so much potential in this idea, in this nugget. On the other hand, these two cards together could speak to the ending of one projected vision and the beginning of something new, and sort of letting this end so that you can begin whatever that is. And maybe there being this necessary tension there. And yes, the next card I'm going to pull is an animal card as a guide for February. I pulled the Panther. This is a pretty tricksy creature. Definitely one of the most ferocious animals in the deck. I would say there's a little bit of a warning about the intensity of your desires for something, and a kind of ravenous hunger that it would, be good to be careful about. Yeah, I'm definitely, sometimes the Panther has a different kind of message, but I'm definitely feeling it would be good to find some ways to calm that beast with it. Just for now, not tame it, just calm it a little bit. On the other hand, it being a guidance card, let the intensity of your passion guide you in which direction to go in, but try to temper the intensity of the passion. And finally, I'm going to do some bibliomancy for you, practice I learned from a friend recently of reading a random passage from a book. So, after this vaguely hygienic distraction, I would relax on my pallet. And nearly every night, just as I had fallen asleep, this poor brother would rise, mouth dry, eyes bulging, just as he dreamed, and drag me into the next room while screaming his idiotic, sorrowful dream. Essentially, sincerely, I have taken it upon myself to return him to his primitive, sun worshipping state, and we wandered, sustained by wine from cellars and the road's dry bread, as I impatiently sought means and ends. So have a good month, Virgos, and goodbye. Oh my